Well, right now I should be on a train on my way to Chepstow, but after I just had a manic day trying to get bike ready, I was rushing to get to the train, and as I arrived it was leaving. So as of yet, don't know what is happening. Well, I'm at a train station, not the original one. This is now Talbot. So yeah, long story, but basically I managed to get to a different train station. I should get on the original train I was on. Yeah, so on my way to Chepstow. So one thing I'm going to say before I go into details, before I actually do the ride, is talk about the bike and the reasons why I'm using this. So yes, it's a time trial bike. I know it's not really in the spirit of Audax. A lot of people, I'm going to get a lot of funny looks, and a lot of people are not going to like the fact that I'm doing this. The reason I'm using it is because I have got a big event or big record attempt coming up in 4 weeks time, and I need to spend time on this bike. The record attempt is going to be over a day, and this ride at 400 kilometers is going to be a perfect tester. So yeah, that's why I'm not going to be using this bike for Paris-Brest-Paris. So next stop, Chepstow. Good morning. So here at the start, just before 6. I have no doubt my bike is getting some funny looks, but I can promise you I'm not intending to race it. It's not about, that's not what Audaxes are about. I'm just using it for training, to get used to it. Yeah, so just a few minutes now until we all roll out. Beautiful start to the day. So I just come through Quay. This has been the first man checkpoint. We had a secret control before that. Yeah, so far everything's going okay. Bike, it's a little bit jittery on the downhills, but otherwise it's been a good start. And like you can see, the sun's out and it's forecast to stay the same. So we're just coming through a little village called Quay, just outside Bilf, 115 k's in. Feeling all right. I have got company. There's a guy there who's been tagged on since the beginning. There was 4 of us, now it's just 2. Only problem is I got company for the whole ride now, because he doesn't have a GPX file and he doesn't have a route card. So as someone who enjoys riding on their own, this maybe isn't going to be the best day of riding after all. He also doesn't know how to ride in a group. Every time he goes in the front, he sprints. So the guy who's been stuck to me like glue, I just worked out he's French, doesn't speak much English. The reason why he's keen to stick with me is because he hasn't actually entered the brevet. So not only is he a wheel sucker, he's a freeloader. So I just passed halfway, had the control in Tregaron, which is a free control, which if there's no one there, you just have to get a receipt to prove you've been through. So that's done. I'm in my neck of the woods now, so I know these roads, and it's very lumpy. I've got 25 k's to go to Quay, which is the next stop, and that's on the coast. And in other news, I'm now on my own. This might sound cruel, but the guy I was riding with shot off the front. I missed a turn. Well, he doesn't have a route on him, so he wouldn't know, and he was too far ahead for me to shout for him to come back. So yeah, on my own now, probably for the rest of it. Absolute beast of a climb. Definitely the toughest one so far. I can see the sea. Look who's back. Caught me up in Quay company again. So, I mean, fair play, he's strong. I'm gonna give him that, but so it's a lovely spot. Just climbing up. Just gonna get to the highest point of the route. I think it's about 400 meters. It's a pretty long drag. So a little bit of an update. Now just over 10 hours in, 280 Ks. And back on my own. Overall, feeling really good actually. My legs feel alright. Probably what I'm most pleased about is, considering I've only done one ride outside on this bike, and this is the very first ride on these armrests, I'm feeling really good, really comfortable, and yeah, no complaints there. Apart from a slightly annoying little banging in the top tube, otherwise it's all pretty good. So coming back to my home town in Dyfry, I've got one steep climb coming up, and it's a long drag all the way up to Brecon. Whew. Here we go. There's a beast. Last 10 miles or so, and we've got a last big climb, and I'll be honest, now my legs are tired. I'll be glad when this climb is over. So that's me finished back in Chepstow. It's just another free control here, so I've just got to get a receipt. Total distance 406 kilometers, 14 hours 45 minutes in total. So I'm really happy with that. It was only that last climb at the end that was making me feel it. I did have a few problems with GoPro, so I didn't get a chance to do much at the end. So I'll give a proper update in a bit. So I'm back where I'm staying tonight. Got myself fed and watered. And yeah, I mean, bit of reflection on the day. Overall, I'm happy. Yeah, the speed was pretty good. I mean, some of the controls were a bit long-winded, but moving speed was also really good, just under 30 k's an hour. So this today now is a big test of fitness, but also a test on the bike. Make sure I'm comfortable. It's far from my finished spec, because like the wheels on it are like probably the least aerodynamic wheels you can get. But yeah, overall, like the position, really happy with. It was a tough route in places. Overall, it was quite nice. A few places where they were using like main roads where there's a nice alternative off the main road, and that's the only bit of a shame.
Most of the drivers were pretty good. I did have a couple of dodgy moments, mostly cars pulling out in front of me or turning in front of me. But yeah, considering the distance and that it's a bank holiday weekend, I was expecting worse. Yeah, so time to get my head down now and ready for tomorrow's ride.
Good morning. It's the day after the night before, and feeling a little bit better than I was expecting, although the legs are still a little bit stiff. I'll be honest, I don't really fancy riding 175 k's back home, which is the plan today. So for some people who know me, no, I'm not able to drive for medical reasons, so I had to come here on the train, and I was going to ride back. At least that was the plan. The trains don't really run back home where I live on a Sunday, but I've managed to find what I think might be a little secret plan, and I can get a train halfway home, and then I'll only have 100k to ride and a lot less climbing. So that's the plan. Fingers crossed the trains are on time, because they are not always on time. So we'll see if they're even running. Thanks everyone for watching. I've got a 600 next week and then some other things coming up. So yeah, if you want to keep tabs on those, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, just so you know when everything's uploaded. Thank you.